So, my practice tip for this week is never give up. Sometimes when you try something and it just doesn't work, you just feel like no matter how hard you try, it's just not working. And I think it's important to take a break at that time, first of all. I think that just through all these years, I've learned that just showing up and trying the next time something new, whatever comes to mind, and just being okay with it not necessarily working, but just learning through the process, eventually something will click and something will work out. And it will be something you didn't quite expect, but it will be really amazing. But the important thing is that you were there and that you continued on the journey. And this can be for something big, like a long term journey on improving your left hand technique or improving your bow technique, whatever. Or it could be something small, like just one passage that you're struggling with. But I often find that it's just so many things encapsulated into one playing the violin. And oftentimes, if you struggle with something, you can get really frustrated, but you try it again a few seconds later and it works perfectly fine. And then you realize that a lot of it is our own brains, our own mental getting in the way and thinking, man, this is just too hard and impossible. But there is a path forward. And I think it's important to believe in that always. And so that makes whenever you struggle with something, it gives you a lot more peace because you feel that it's okay, I can't do it perfectly now, but I'll keep trying. And it's amazing how things do work because we're still the same people. It's just it's always such minor differences a lot of the time that make the difference. And I think because we have such a huge emphasis on, oh, once I get it right, I gotta practice it so it's super good and then it's never gonna get wrong again. I think that mindset is not the mindset you should be having because I think it's kind of the easy way out, despite it sounding like, oh, it's like I'm gonna put in a lot of work and do a lot of repetitions. I feel like, at least in my experience, it hasn't been so easy. I never felt like, oh, if I just practice it a little harder, it'll be like way better. Because I've always found that only in the process of exploring have I really improved the most on the
Mm.
violin. And I don't view it as something that I just go and do my reps and then am kind of bored with it. And I know a lot of people kind of view it that way, but I don't think that's how music should be because I
Yeah.
think that violin is a part of your life. And if your life is only about just achieving things and doing the bare minimum, I feel like that's not very interesting.
Well, I definitely resonate with what you're saying, and I think that in terms of never giving up, you're right. It can apply to big things, it can apply to small things. It's funny because I feel like life always tests you and to see if you're serious about something. If you say you want to do something, first the path looks completely clear and you're like, I can totally do this and it's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to do it. But as soon as you start doing it, life drops a bunch of blockades in your way, and it's only then that you realize, do I actually want to do this, or was I just saying that I wanted to do this? And you can choose if you want to push forward or if you want to give up. And that's your choice. Like, nobody can force you to do anything. And I think that the only way that you achieve a high level of anything is by pushing past all of the difficulties that happen. Of course, it's frustrating when you encounter a problem. Sometimes, instead of just a small barrier, it can feel like there's a gigantic wall that you just can't get through. And and you can feel overwhelmed and frustrated looking back at how far you've come, and now you're just faced with this huge wall that you can't possibly get around. But sometimes it's necessary to encounter those obstacles because then it forces you to put things into perspective and to think of new creative solutions, just like what you were saying with exploring. And I think only by encountering these obstacles can you push your success forward. Sometimes I view it as a rubber band. You feel like you're staying in the same place, because something's pulling you back. But then once you break through, you're propelled forward into a period of strong growth. And I think that growth takes time, and no success can happen overnight. It's only through hours and hours of years of careful preparation and dedication, basically, that you can achieve great things. And I think that goes for everything in life, really.